is Ali, and no, it's not short for Alison. It's my name. It's a male's name around here, and this is the last thoughts of a busy mind. To be honest, the name is kind of a self-indulging reference. When I was in high school, I wrote a story named The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. I believe every writer in the history goes through that phase where they want to write something meaningful and about the down to the earth characters. They want to write a social story, and that was my try. Looking at it now, it's one of the cringiest things I've ever done. Not only the terms of story, but the tone and the dialogue. And I'm just so happy I don't want to do that ever again. Let the society deal with its own problems. So yeah, what is this? I'm not sure. I being stuck inside in the quarantine, it only makes me want to talk. Now don't get me wrong, there are two or three people who I bother on a semi regular basis, and they are gracious enough to indulge me in my stupid antics and talking, but I don't know. Maybe this is a bad idea. We'll see. But yeah, I always feel a bit alone. I know it's normal. People are going to say, well, everybody does feel alone. I know, but if you keep saying it to me, you're missing what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is that even though there are people that you have close and you call people, you call friends. I'm sorry, but there are sometimes that you feel just alone in your environment, and that's what I feel because, well, I can't even call myself part of a clique or a club, if that makes sense. I love movies, but for the intellectual movie crowd, I'm too mainstream. For the mainstream movie crowd, I'm too intellectual. So I'm in the middle. And you would think there are a lot of people here, but no, no. Seems to be me and a couple of fishes. That would make sense if you know what I was using in my head as an analogy while I was talking about this. I was thinking like there is this river, and there are like two countries on either side of it. One of it is in the intellectual movie fans, the other is the mainstream movie fans, and I'm in the middle in the river. So yeah, that's actually another one of my problems. Certain someone that was very important in my life once told me that I talk with references that are only in my head and nobody else will get it. That's kind of true. I reference obscure stuff that nobody may even know what they are. Old musicals. How many people have known Man of La Mancha? Even as hard as I've tried to get people to listen to it, it's a great musical, by the way. It's about Don Quixote. By the way, I am not going to edit this either because I don't like editing. Editing is kind of frustrating for me. I am not good at it, and the result is usually not very good. Yeah. So I'm just going to put this without any editing. That means all of the pauses, all of my mouth noises, all of my mispronunciations, they're all going to be in. All of the times I hit the table, all going to be in. So, this is part of a quest, and to actually reference Man of La Mancha, which I said, this is part of my impossible quest to just talk. Being in quarantine, I've not done a lot of stuff. I mean, I started the YouTube channel, I started a pretty good podcast with my friend, and I started making a model train from very bad XPS foam. I need to buy better foam. And yeah, but none of them, I don't know, feel like I've done something. Even though I am doing stuff. I even started writing a whole new story and I need to write another script to film. But yeah, this is sort of my cry to do something, if that makes sense. I think my brain will sort of rest easier if I create content, even though if the content is, well, not very good or well thought out. Well, what can I say? That is the sound of me drinking some. Well, have you seen those powdered stuff? This is sour cherry. I love it. Let me grab a packet. Let me grab a packet and see what it's. Low calorie cherry instant drink with aspartame and acylophone sweetener. Well, they are actually extremely powerful. Each packet is supposed to go in a 1.5 liter bottle, but it's so disgustingly sweet sometimes that I divide the packet into two and use it in two bottles. Maybe I'm just being economical because, well, that is my heritage. I am from Isfahan, and Isfahan is very infamous for being economical. They're infamous for being stingy. That's the thing. I don't think I am stingy. I mean, I've heard people saying that, well, for a Sfahani guy, he's not stingy, but I don't know. This is where you should ask my friends if I'm not stingy. Yeah. So, Ennio Morricone died last week. That's that's the bad news. I was supposed to right now be editing or at least uploading the new episodes of my YouTube um, channel, but no, I can't. I couldn't film it with Ennio Morricone's death. And people make fun of me. People rightfully make fun of me for being too hung up on this stuff. I mean, how long ago did Christopher Lee died? He died in 2015, more than 5 years ago. No, less than 5 years ago. But I still can't get over it. He's still there. Part of me just says, well, much like one of his Hammer Dracula movies, he's going to just wake up one day, don't worry. But no, he will not. That's not how death works. And that's what scares me about it so much. I don't think it's irrational to fear death, but even as much as people like to act all, well, death is a eventuality, it will come, and yeah, I know, but I still fear it. I fear death, I fear forgetfulness. I don't want to be forgotten. That is one of the big problems in my life. I don't want to be forgotten, and yet, on every turn, my fear gets realized. I mean, look at the social media scene. Social media is a popularity contest, and I am losing hard. Let me whine a little bit about Twitter. I have, I don't know how many Twitter followers. Most of them, I think, are people who, I don't know this word in English. That's the problem. Udavosi means, let me search it as I say it. And most people just have that and they won't unfollow me. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have muted me. Um, but oh, it says formality, bashfulness, embarrassment. Yeah, it's a sort of formality. It's to explain it. It's that when you, who am I explaining this to? To explain it is when you, out of politeness, out of formality, do something. And I think most of my followers on Twitter are just that. And there are like 2 or 3 people that I think really just followed my stuff because they wanted to see my stupid tweets. And one of those few people is actually my friend, which I talk to every day, who actually advised me not to do this. Well, I'm doing it. I am the rebel. No, I'm not. I'm actually kind of a conformist, but I'll get to that probably in the next episodes. But yeah, why I don't know. I mostly tweet about movies or when I feel really bad. I whine a lot, but yeah, and I can't. There's this thing, there are people who are very confident in their circle of friends that they just say, well, if you don't want me, unfollow me. I can't do that because if I do that, I will be losing all of my followers. Nobody wants to listen to me, which makes making this even more pathetic. But well, what can I say? Let me see how long am I talking. Oh, come on. Show me. 14 minutes, nearly 15 minutes. Okay. 5 more minutes and then I'll stop. Yes. Good thing I'm not editing this. Haha. So, yeah, it's a popularity contest, and I lose a lot. I don't think people care, which part of me is sure of it. And it's just politeness. Out of everything I hate about Iranian culture, which are a lot of things that I hate, politeness is definitely one of them. Formality. Just say what you want. I do, and I am extremely unpopular for it. I don't have any politics. If I don't like someone, I don't act like I like them just to get my stuff done. If I don't like you, you know I don't like you. So if I sound nasally, the seasons are shifting and my seasonal allergies are acting up. It also doesn't help that I just woke up at 7 a.m. 7 p.m. Sorry. Yeah, my sleep schedule's a mess. Yeah. So, and the nature of Twitter also bugs me a lot. I think everyone I know that are on Twitter are the worst version on Twitter, including myself. The forgetful nature of Twitter, you just tweet something and it goes away. And it's not the same in Instagram. I don't love Instagram, but between Instagram and Twitter, I always gravitate that Instagram is a better app. Simply because it actually, well, maybe I'm using it wrong, but it actually don't have such short-term memory in regards to Twitter. Twitter is for the moment. You just tweet some shit and it goes away, and yeah, which is not good for someone like me who, well, isn't very good in first glance. I mean, physically, though physically that would also be true, but I realize that at first glance I am not very interesting. You just have to keep looking. And well, Twitter is all about those first glances. But it's a necessary evil. I can't not have it because, well, especially in quarantine, I get bored. I don't call any of my Twitter interactions meaningful. They're just out of boredom. And very soon I need to write my script and start making my movie. And when I do that, I doubt I even go on Twitter for a long time. But I'll just say it. The other fact is that Instagram only works on my phone. It does have a web client, but the web client is messy. But Twitter also works on my laptop, and I spend a lot of time on my laptop, so it's easier to get access to. Yes, there's something you should know which should already be apparent from the fact that I'm not editing this. I am extremely lazy, and I'm okay with my laziness. Well, we are ending the near of the 5 minutes, which I said. I'm only guessing. If I was a better resourced guy, I would have a timer, but no, I'm just looking at my clock. And when I said there was 5 minutes left, it was 7:35, and now it's 7:40. It just literally went to 7:40. So I guess that is 20 minutes. I don't want to make this too long. I have that tendency to make stuff too long. So yeah, I hope it was a good listen, and thank you for hearing me talk. It actually means a lot. I'll see you if I ever decide to continue this.